Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A large group of fish. A school of small glittering fish swam by. The period of instruction in a school. The time period when school is in session. Stay after school. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. She is well schooled in poetry. The process of being formally educated at a school. What will you do when you finish school? A building where young people receive education. The school was built in 1932. A body of creative artists or writers or thinkers linked by a similar style or by similar teachers. The Venetian School of Painting. An educational institution. The school was founded in 1900. An educational institution's faculty and students. The school keeps parents informed. Educate in or as if in a school. The children are schooled at great cost to their parents in private institutions. Swim in or form a large group of fish. A cluster of schooling fish was attracted to the bait. A large group of fish. Become shallow. A stretch of shallow water. Make shallow. A sandbank in a stretch of water that is visible at low tide. The period of instruction in a school. The time period when school is in session. When the school day was done, we would walk home together. Any day on which school is in session. Go to bed early because tomorrow is a school day. The period of instruction in a school. The time period when school is in session. The time of life when you are going to school. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Raise from a barbaric to a civilized state. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Raise from a barbaric to a civilized state. The wild child found wandering in the forest was gradually civilized. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Prepare for crops. Cultivate the land. Adapt, a wild plant or unclaimed land, to the environment. Foster the growth of. Create by training and teaching. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Give an education to. We must educate our youngsters better. Teach and supervise, someone, act as a trainer or coach, to, as in sports. He is training our Olympic team. Create by training and teaching. The old master is training world-class violinists. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Develop, a child's or animal's, behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Is this dog trained? A sequentially ordered set of things or events or ideas in which each successive member is related to the preceding. Train of mourners. Wheelwork consisting of a connected set of rotating gears by which force is transmitted or motion or torque is changed. The fool got his tie caught in the gear train. Drag loosely along a surface. Allow to sweep the ground. She trained her long scarf behind her. Undergo training or instruction in preparation for a particular role, function, or profession. She is training to be a teacher. Travel by rail or train. She trained to Hamburg. Public transport provided by a line of railway cars coupled together and drawn by a locomotive. Express trains don't stop at Princeton Junction. Educate for a future role or function. They trained him to be a warrior. A procession, of wagons or mules or camels, traveling together in single file. They joined the wagon train for safety. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. He trained his gun on the burglar. A series of consequences wrought by an event. It led to a train of disasters. Cause to grow in a certain way by tying and pruning it. Train the vine. Exercise in order to prepare for an event or competition. She is training for the Olympics. Piece of cloth forming the long back section of a gown that is drawn along the floor. The bride's train was carried by her 2 young nephews. The process of being formally educated at a school. The act of teaching at school. The training of an animal, especially the training of a horse for dressage. A building where young people receive education. A group of animals. An amount of time. A time period of 30 years. The monthly discharge of blood from the uterus of non-pregnant women from puberty to menopause. A unit of geological time during which a system of rocks formed. Ganoid fishes swarmed during the earlier geological periods. A punctuation mark, placed at the end of a declarative sentence to indicate a full stop or after abbreviations. In England they call a period a stop. Ice hockey, one of 3 divisions into which play is divided in hockey games. The end or completion of something. Death put a period to his endeavors. The interval taken to complete one cycle of a regularly repeating phenomenon. An amount of time. A time period of 30 years. An amount of time. Hastened the period of time of his recovery. Make fine adjustments or divide into marked intervals for optimal measuring. Adjust finely. Fine-tune the engine. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Make a surface shine. Polish my shoes. Bring to a highly developed, finished, or refined state. Polish your social manners. A highly developed state of perfection, having a flawless or impeccable quality. They performed with great polish. The property of being smooth and shiny. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. A preparation used in polishing. The Slavic language of Poland. Of or relating to Poland or its people or culture. Make more complex, intricate, or richer. Refine a design or pattern. Reduce to a fine, unmixed, or pure state, separate from extraneous matter or cleanse from impurities. Refine sugar. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Refine one's style of writing. Attenuate or reduce in vigor, strength, or intensity by polishing or purifying. Many valuable nutrients are refined out of the foods in our modern diet. Make more precise or increase the discriminatory powers of. Refine a method of analysis. Treat or prepare so as to put in a usable condition. Refine paper stock. English physician who first described Down syndrome, 1828 to 1896. Understood perfectly. Had his algebra problems down. Soft fine feathers. Extending or moving from a higher to a lower place. The down staircase. Fine soft dense hair, as the fine short hair of cattle or deer or the wool of sheep or the undercoat of certain dogs. Spatially or metaphorically from a higher to a lower level or position. Don't fall down. Lower than previously. Prices are down. Filled with melancholy and despondency. Downcast after his defeat. Eat up completely, as with great appetite. Some people can down a pound of meat in the course of one meal. Cuz to come or go down. The policeman downed the heavily armed suspect. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Drink down entirely. He downed 3 martinis before dinner. Shoot at and force to come down. American football, a complete play to advance the football. You have 4 downs to gain 10 yards. Becoming progressively lower. The downtrend in the real estate market. Being or moving lower in position or less in some value. Lay face down. Being put out by a strikeout. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. Bring down or defeat an opponent. Not functioning, temporarily or permanently. We can't work because the computer is down. Shut. The shades were down. Usually plural, a rolling treeless highland with little soil. Away from a more central or a more northerly place. Was sent down to work at the regional office. To a lower intensity. He slowly phased down the light until the stage was completely black. The United States federal department that administers all federal programs dealing with education, including federal aid to educational institutions and students, created 1979. The result of good upbringing, especially knowledge of correct social behavior. The activities of educating or instructing. Activities that impart knowledge or skill. He received no formal education. Knowledge acquired by learning and instruction. It was clear that he had a very broad education. The gradual process of acquiring knowledge. Education as a preparation for life. The profession of teaching, especially at a school or college or university. The commercial activity involved in repairing old structures or constructing new ones. Workers in the building trades. The act of constructing something. His hobby was the building of boats. A structure that has a roof and walls and stands more or less permanently in one place. There was a 3-story building on the corner. The occupants of a building. The entire building complained about the noise. A structure that has a roof and walls and stands more or less permanently in one place. It was an imposing edifice. The property of holding together and retaining its shape. Wool has more body than rayon. A resonating chamber in a musical instrument, as the body of a violin. Invest with or as with a body. Give body to. The entire physical structure of an organism, an animal, plant, or human being. He felt as if his whole body were on fire. The body excluding the head and neck and limbs. A natural object consisting of a dead animal or person. They found the body in the lake. A collection of particulars considered as a system. A body of law. A group of persons associated by some common tie or occupation and regarded as an entity. The whole body filed out of the auditorium. An individual three-dimensional object that has mass and that is distinguishable from other objects. Heavenly body. The central message of a communication. The body of the message was short. The external structure of a vehicle. The body of the car was badly rusted. The main mass of a thing. An institution dedicated to education. The act of swimming. It was the swimming they enjoyed most. Be covered with or submerged in a liquid. The meat was swimming in a fatty gravy. Be afloat either on or below a liquid surface and not sink to the bottom. Be dizzy or giddy. My brain is swimming after the bottle of champagne. Move as if gliding through water. This snake swims through the soil where it lives. Travel through water. We had to swim for 20 minutes to reach the shore. Alter and make impure, as with the intention to deceive. Practice sophistry. Change the meaning of or be vague about in order to mislead or deceive. A worldly wise person. Make less natural or innocent. Their manners had sophisticated the young girls. Make more complex or refined. A sophisticated design. A private school taking day students only. A school building without boarding facilities. A school giving instruction during the daytime. A schoolhouse with special facilities for fine arts. A greenhouse in which plants are arranged in a pleasing manner. A schoolhouse with special facilities for fine arts. The faculty and students of a school specializing in one of the fine arts. A genre of painting characterized by the application of paint in dots and small strokes, developed by Georges Seurat and his followers in late 19th century France. A school of painters who used a technique of painting with tiny dots of pure colors that would blend in the viewer's eye, developed by Georges Seurat and his followers late in 19th century France. A French school of art and architecture popular in the 1890s, characterized by stylized natural forms and sinuous outlines of such objects as leaves and vines and flowers.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.